Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today we are out here by the 2023 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD with the Duramax diesel because I wanted to go over my top 10 list of things I like about this truck. And this top 10 list is not in any particular order, but it is just basically a list of things that I've compiled, and they might rank different for someone else and what they do for me, so that's why I say they're not in any order, but these are things that I just really like about this truck. So number one is the fact that it's a diesel engine. It's got the 6.6 liter L5P Duramax diesel, and after 10,000 miles it is still fairly clean under here. It's just a little bit dusty. It takes up most of the engine bay. This Duramax is kind of tried and true. The 6.6 liter has been around for a pretty good while. They don't have the most power of all the engines out there, but they have a good combination of the power and torque. This one has 445 horsepower with 910 pound-feet of torque. In comparison to my old gas truck, it's pretty much more than double on the torque. So to me, it feels very powerful, and when you're towing something with it, you know, you feel that difference there between those. Now, if I was getting in a Power Stroke or something like that, then yes, the Power Stroke has more, and I'd probably feel that. But to me, this has plenty, which actually brings me to my next thing that I love about this truck, and that is the power. Because this truck has plenties of power, and it's down on the low RPMs. It's under 3,000 RPMs, which I think this truck, whenever you're on the gas, it maxes out at 3,250 in the RPM. So everything where your power comes on usually is between about 1,500 and 2,200 RPMs, and it doesn't really take anything more than that. The most I have towed so far with this truck is 14,000 pounds, and you can cruise down the highway with it at 70 miles an hour and have no problems. And it very rarely, like it stays in 10th gear most of the time, and sometimes will shift out, you know, down to 9th, but typically no lower than that. Keeps your RPMs low, and it just pulls like a freight train. So the next thing I really like about this 2023 Chevy Silverado is the ride quality and the handling. You've got the coil springs on the front and the independent suspension, which really kind of smooths things out in the steering. But then you've also got the stability of your leaf springs in the back that handle really good for towing and can handle a lot of weight. So I went from a half-ton F-150, but going to this 2500, I was worried about being my daily driver of whether, you know, I would be happy with the ride quality and the difference between those. Yes, this truck does ride stiffer than an F-150, but it's still a good quality ride. So the next thing on the list actually has to do with towing, and that is the lights in the mirrors. So in the side mirrors, there's actually lights in there that shine back to your trailer and to the sides and back of your truck, and it really lights up the area when you're trying to hook up a trailer or walking around your truck, either one. And then there's a light on the tailgate that shines down directly on your hitch, so in the nighttime, you can see your hitch really well to hook up. Plus, you also can hook up your chains and everything back there with that light shining down and have a good visual of everything instead of trying to hook things up in the dark. The next thing I like is actually a combination. We've got our tailgate release right here in the truck. I really like that. Plus, on the key fob, you can also release the tailgate. If you're towing gooseneck, then you can actually drop your tailgate from the inside of the truck. You don't have to jump out. So the next thing on the list is its towing ability. This truck can tow 18,500 pounds, gooseneck or conventional bumper pull, either one. So not only do you have a gooseneck rating of 2775, but your payload of being 3474 means that you have roughly 600 pounds additional payload. So for passengers or anything that you're hauling with you. So the next thing on the list is the looks of this truck. Now, originally, I did not really care for the looks of a 2023 model, but I seen this truck advertised on a dealer's website, and the combination of the red and black is what got me. And I was like, man, you know what? That really looks good. That suits me. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But I think that the red and the black And not only red and black, but it's gloss black bumpers. But I also like the fact that on this custom model, the headlights look like that they're not blacked out, but they are tinted. You can see the park light and the headlight has a nice smoked darker tint to kind of match all the black accents on the truck. I don't know if all trucks and all trim packages have this on here, but it does have a decent sized screen without going overkill. I can't stand those screens on vehicles now that look like a laptop or something, or an iPad or something sitting there. But the fact that this truck does have a small touch screen, this actually has the Apple CarPlay, and the Apple CarPlay kind of mirrors a lot of stuff that's on your phone. So if you're trying to travel somewhere and you're using or needing navigation, this truck, I didn't pay for navigation, but I can plug up my phone and follow it just like it does have navigation. And the phone updates without having to pay your dealer to update your navigation system. So as you can see, you hit Apple CarPlay, and that's going to bring up the map and basically give you the information where your location is. And if you want to go somewhere, you can put in the map. You can operate it on your screen on your vehicle. You don't even have to do it on your phone. So you can see the map and everything on your screen and have turn-by-turn directions, and you can control it all from your vehicle. It also has Android Auto for those people that have the Android phones, and I'm sure that it works the same way pretty much for that, but just with the platform of the Android. So one of the functions on here, I can go to my trailer lights and start a test, and it will actually start flashing the lights around on the truck in order to test the lights on the trailer. So you can tell if your turn signals, your brake lights, and your park lights and everything actually work. And then whenever it's finished, you can just come back here and hit the stop button. And that way you can do your trailer light check on your own and not have to have a helper. I absolutely love having the side steps and having the bumper steps. This makes getting in and out of the bed of the truck so much better than the previous truck. Now, my previous truck actually had the tailgate step in it on the F-150, and I absolutely love that. And I said whenever I was buying a new truck, I originally was going to buy a Super Duty, and I said it's going to have the tailgate step in it because I love that feature so much. This truck does not have a tailgate step, and to add the tailgate, the Multi-Pro, or I can't remember exactly what it's called on the Chevy, but that drop-down tailgate with the step in it was fairly expensive, and I would have had to order a truck to do that, and this truck was sitting on the lot. I step on the step, and then I can step on the tire, and then just step right over into the truck. So it really helps me out. And with the height of these trucks now, I mean, you can see how tall this truck is. It's pretty much shoulder height trying to get into the bed. That is an invaluable thing that they put standard on all these trucks now. And like I said, that probably should have been in a top 10 list, but those steps have proven very handy for me. Just a couple more real quick things. So one of them has to do with towing again. Chevy kind of has this figured out. Your hookups for your chains. These are so easy to get to, and they absolutely make hooking up a trailer a lot easier than some of the other vehicles I've used, and where you have to reach way up underneath your bumper trying to hook your chains. These are out where you can get to them, and your hooks just fall right on them pretty much. Also, your trailer plug-in is right here at the back, and that's very handy to have that right there instead of, again, being underneath here trying to get to it. I just thought I'd share these things that I really like about this truck, and things that are maybe different, you know, like from my 2011 model F-150, that truck has some items on it actually that this truck doesn't have, and this truck has a bunch of items that the old truck doesn't have. They're two different trim packages, but I went with this truck because it was more of an economical solution to what we were looking for. We wanted a heavy duty truck, but we didn't want to have a $90,000 truck. So this was a very good solution for that. The Chevy 2500 with the custom trim package. I think this might be one of the best values in trucks that you can get right now. Thanks for checking out the video. If you liked it, I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. And until next time, keep it outdoors, and we'll see you on the next one.